Assalamualaikum and hello everyone, we are Group 9 and today we will present our sociolinguistic analysis on how to local communities use language to express sustainability values through politeness strategies. And this is our team members. In sustainability, language is not just for communication, it also helps connect people from different backgrounds to work together. Language also shapes our reality, attitudes and action and helps guide behavior, create awareness and promote positive change. So in this study, we focus on how politeness strategies like giving advice or offering help are used in daily conversation to support sustainable practices. This is our objectives. First, to investigate how local communities from different backgrounds use language to promote sustainability. Second, we aim to identify politeness strategies they use. Third, we examine how they adjust their speech depending on the context, audience, and goals. And lastly, we will relate these findings to the EST teams.
So for this study, we use a qualitative research method that explores social issues through rich context and meaningful interpretation. As Lin 2023 explained, it is a constructive approach that uncovers the 5W and 1H question, which is what, why, when, where, who, and how that come from our objective. So for our sources, we focus on the local community, particularly from the educational and medical sector. Our primary data come from face-to-face interview with two school teachers, which is Mending Jamalia from high school and Ustazah Cik from secondary school, and also two healthcare professionals, which is Nurse Nurin and medical assistant Akmal. We also use secondary data such as academic article, journal, and research paper to support our analysis. All interviews were audio recorded and manually transcribed using informal Malay mixed with local dialect to reflect authentic conversation and cultural context. So politeness theory explains how speakers manage interaction by protecting each other's face or social identity. It includes a positive face, the need to feel liked and accepted, and negative face, the need for freedom and personal space. In our data, the participants use various politeness strategies to avoid face-threatening acts, especially when discussing sensitive or hierarchical topics. This helps us analyze how they should respect, maintain harmony, and navigate power relation in real communication. Meanwhile, Halliday's register theory focuses on how language changes depending on the field, what is being discussed, tenor, the relationship between speakers, and mood, whether it was spoken or written form. This framework helps us interpret how our participant or interviewee adjusted their language style. This theory allowed us to examine how sustainable communication is achieved by adapting language to maintain respect, trust, and understanding within professional and community interaction.
Based on the 4 interviews we conducted, several consistent language strategies were observed. Firstly, politeness strategies were used by all participants. Working in schools or hospitals, they often get instruction using phrases like kami nasihatkan or kami mohon jasa baik to maintain harmony and avoid confrontation. Secondly, indirect speech was often preferred. For example, instead of saying awak mesti, they would say kami menasihati pesakit, which sounds more respectful. Teachers also use analogies and storytelling to teach values. For instance, in the interview, the teacher said, Budi bahasa budaya kita to remind students about the courtesy. Both professions emphasized one-on-one interactions. It highlighted by both professionals as a respectful way to handle discipline or correction, preserving the individual's dignity by speaking in a slow, gentle tone. In terms of speech patterns, all speakers maintain an emotionally aware tone, especially in sensitive situations. Both of them can handle it with calmness and empathy rather than reacting negatively. Teachers also use motivational language like cikgu tahu awak boleh buat, jangan putus asa to uplift their students and build confidence. Lastly, we saw strong cultural expressions like the use of Malay proverbs. Biar lambat asalkan selamat. Religious references were used too by frontliners such as InsyaAllah, and the teacher mentions the Prophet Muhammad as moral example. They adjusted their language based on age and status, speaking more formally to principals and more gently to elderly patients.
In this part of our analysis, I'll focus on two sociolinguistic concepts, register and politeness theory. First, register refers to how we change our language depending on the social context, audience, or purpose. From our interviews, both teachers and half frontliners adjusted their tone and choice of words depending on who they were speaking to. For example, they use normal language with principals or doctors, but soften their speech with children and patients. The teacher mentioned that I speak as if I'm talking to my own children when speaking to students, and we use more formal Malay when addressing visitors or superiors. This helps maintain professionalism and emotional comfort. This concept shows how the professionals shift their language based on the tenor to ensure concise and effective communication. Next is politeness theory. We observe a strong use of positive politeness like compliments, encouragement, and inclusive language like I believe in you, we understand your worry, or I know you can succeed. And there's also negative politeness such as softening advice like if it's okay, please wear your mask. We kindly ask you to leave after visiting hours. These strategies reduce face-threatening ads and build trust. They help maintain social harmony and respect. All of this reflects the social theme of ESG. The way these professionals use polite and empathetic language shows care, especially when addressing health or student issues. It promotes emotional well-being and creates a respectful environment in both schools and clinics.
Now, I will share about our key findings. In both groups, we noticed clear patterns in how language was used. Polite and indirect phrases like we advise or please were common to avoid sounding too direct. Teachers often use storytelling, metaphors, or motivational phrases to guide students gently. We also saw how language adapts depending on who they speak to. Teachers adjust their tone for students, parents, or principals, while frontliners did the same with patients, especially children or elderly people, and spoke more formally with doctors or superiors. Lastly, language clearly reflects identity and values. Both groups use religious references and Malay proverbs to promote care, respect, and responsibility in their communication. So, in conclusion, this study shows that language plays a powerful role in promoting sustainability through respectful and strategic communication. Both teachers and health frontliners use polite, powerful speech to guide behaviors, build trust, and express care. Their language reflects deeper values like empathy, responsibility, and cultural respect. These findings highlight the importance of everyday communication in real-world settings, especially in supporting the social ESG team, where positive language choices contribute to emotional well-being and lasting behavioral change.
For this study, we used ChatGPT to help us create the interview script. We provide the assignment instructions and details on who to interview. Then we ask it to write a script for 2 health frontliners. Then we select suitable questions from the results and modify the wording to sound more polite and professional, and then customize it to make it more suitable for the other occupation. Okay, this is our references, and that's all from us. Thank you.